All right. Hello, everyone. Well, I guess I am back. Welcome to a game between Labyrinth and TeD. This game taking place here on Turtle Rock. Labyrinth spawning as that, well, blue undead at that 10 o'clock position, going up against TeD, who is playing human, spawning as yellow human over here at that 4 o'clock position. Game is getting underway. Let's go ahead and speed things up until that 2 minute mark where heroes pop on out, units are out, and well, some actual tactical game is being played. TeD opening things up with a Blood Mage first, going up against a Lich first. So it is a battle of the brains, but not the one you would normally think of. Blood Mage first is unusual strategy, as the Blood Mage is normally a support hero in supporting in other heroes. So the fact that it is Blood Mage first and now opting to go for Banish, what that does is that Banish temporarily removes a unit from the fight. There you are, that Forest Troll in the back, both of them in the back, currently out of commission, unable to rack up any damage whatsoever. So this is a true divide and conquer type of strategy here, as the Ogre Warriors are going to fall. Claws of Attack +5 picked up by that Blood Mage. Meanwhile, Lich is going after this green creep camp here, able to clear out the little sea turtle hatchlings, has sold the Scroll of Town portal, picked up a Rod of Necromancy, and also lucky enough to pick up a Mantle of Intelligence. All right, Footman looking to retreat back, getting in a little bit of damage here. Meanwhile, we're looking at the Blood Mage going straight after the Giant Sea Turtle. Will get to level 2 and perhaps pick up a useful item as well. Cloak of Shadows will be able to hide in the dark if he needs to, as he also gets Siphon Mana as that second ability. All right, Lich coming back around, gets up to level 2, going for Dark Ritual as that second skill. So Labyrinth is going to be using that Rod of Necromancy to top off that Lich's mana during the early stages of the game. Blood Mage may try and, well, get a little bit of damage off or siphon some mana off from that Lich, but that is not recommended, especially as that Lich does have Frost Nova and quite a bit of mana to use. Coming back around, Lich playing a little game of zoning here, as that Lich is now down to 200 mana, but there's really no damage output coming in from that Blood Mage at all. We could be looking at a second Frost Nova. There's that second Frost Nova. There is a nope. I don't know if that was denied or not. Lich looks like he got a little bit more mana there, or experience there, as the Blood Mage looking to still battle it up. All right, low hit point Ghoul purposely backing away. Labyrinth, while bringing in full healthy units into the battle, as the Lich could still use a Dark Ritual, as there is another Frost Nova going down. All right, Frost Nova going down, Blood Mage being forced to retreat back. Lich needs a little bit more mana before he can even Dark Ritual here. And well, once he uses that Dark Ritual, should be able to snowball and get off another attack soon enough. Blood Mage quickly goes down after one skeletal minion there, as we're looking at a small engagement once more. Tech to tier 2 already underway by both sides. Graveyard now being set up by Labyrinth, as Labyrinth was able to force the Blood Mage back inside his home. This opening by TeD doesn't look that promising, with no Flame Strike, and well, with Siphon Mana going up against a Lich, the Lich can easily just blast away with a Frost Nova, and while that Blood Mage is channeling, the ghouls could easily just surround the target to try and finish it off. We're looking at, well, Blight now being placed down. A giant sea turtle is going to get cleaned up pretty quickly and easily. The gargantuan sea turtle, however, going to be a little bit more difficult to take down, as footmen are now making their way out across the field. It looks like Labyrinth was trying to get greedy, trying to, well, get even further ahead, as we're looking at a cancellation and now a Siphon Mana followed by a Frost Nova there. Purposely getting off that, purposely using up that mana so that, no more mana can be siphoned here, as we are going to be looking at a deny there. Blood Mage able to get off a quick attack onto that footman there, as we're still looking at an engagement going back and forth. Lich still trying to lead the charge there. There's another Dark Ritual getting back up to 66 mana. Not very effective until later on, when you can start perhaps getting into that level 2 Dark Ritual in order to really translate into additional mana here. There's some more Siphon mana. Lich never got up to 125. Going to be a little bit worse for wear as we see another Banish right there. More damage still racking up. Are we going to see a Ghoul getting taken down? One or two more shots should finish off the Ghoul. One more final shot there. It gets taken down again. All right, both sides still fighting their way through. Blood Mage has Claws of Attack +5, needs a little bit more damage output, as we should be looking at this low hit point Footman, well, perhaps trying to back away, and with that Banish, shutting down the Lich out of the fight temporarily, or at least long enough, as the Footman and Rifleman are still blasting away at that Lich there. Tech to tier 2 is done. We are looking at a Paladin as that second hero to try and get some Holy Light to keep these Riflemen alive. Blood Mage may need to back off here as the Death Knight now joining in on the battle. Timing is going to be very, very important, as the Death Knight could easily launch a Death Coil and cause some more problems. All right, low hit point Footman. Are we going to see another Banish? There's a Banish right there. We could be looking at a bit of deny. Yeah, denying onto that there as we see a Death Coil landing on that Lich for a big heal. Paladin coming back across, getting a Holy Light onto that Blood Mage first. Should go on to that Footman and also onto that Rifleman here, as the Paladin trying to quickly change things up. All right, there's a Siphon mana. There's a Banish onto the Gargantuan Sea Turtle. Gargantuan Sea Turtle completely out of the fight temporarily. There's a Holy Light. Footman about to get taken down. One more shot does take it down there, as the Ghouls are now going after the Rifleman. This is a strange game indeed. Level 1 Paladin getting in kills onto those Ghouls. Blood Mage now in a little bit of trouble. Are we going to see another Holy Light there? No Banish on himself first, though, as we could also be looking at some more Siphon manas as well. Both sides suffering big losses, as TeD, well, finding a new way to beat Undead here, since he's gone over to the light side, so to speak, as another Footman gets taken down. Priest trying to heal up here. Obsidian Statue is going to be joining in on the fight. There's a little bit more Siphon mana, but didn't drain all that much. Paladin, meanwhile, still has plenty of mana here. Gargantuan Sea Turtle still right there. Both sides still fighting their way through, as another Skeletal Minion going to get taken down. More mana into that Blood Mage. Siphon mana away from the Lich. Lich gets a big Frost Nova off as he went into Dark Ritual, or went into Banish. That actually did even more damage. I'm going to see a Holy Light there. No, Scroll of Town Portal simply not going to be, was needed in order to stay alive. That Banish onto the Blood Mage to try and shake off all of that auto attack damage turned into a big burst of damage with a Frost Nova, as now that Lich gets to level 3. Level 3 Lich going up against level 2 Blood Mage, level 1 Paladin. No Clarity Potions that I see. None of these targets have mana, so it is going to be difficult to try and drain all of these down, as we're going to be looking at a Militia quickly trying to pull aggro away there. Blood Mage, meanwhile, needing to back away once more. There's some more Siphon mana into that Paladin. Paladin, well, working hard to, well, stay alive, as we see a Dark Ranger as the third and final hero for Undead. Coming back around, Gargantuan Sea Turtle about to fall. Potion of Invulnerability. Blood Mage now sitting at level 3. It is going to be, well, Devotion Aura. Haven't seen a level 2 ability as of yet for that Blood Mage. Should be Siphon mana to try and take away from that Ogre Magi. Well, there's Siphon mana there. Is it going to really be able to drain enough, as we're looking at the Ogre Warriors now getting taken down? Paladin just taking a little bit of that damage there, as we should be looking at switching onto those Forest Troll Trappers while there's still mana to be drained. Would have made more sense for the Blood Mage to just try and drain more of that mana off again. Meanwhile, Undead doing a great job here, now going after Gargantuan Sea Turtles, 2 Obsidian Statues here as well. The Gargantuan Sea Turtle taking a little bit of damage here, but actually not very much. Death Knight Dark Ranger having some problems. Lich now making its way over, perhaps adding in a little bit more damage. No Orb of Corruption coming in from the Undead side. That is important to note, as the human side now coming back across with Rifleman, level 2 Paladin, Blood Mage sitting at level 3 with level 2 Siphon mana. All right. If he had gone for level 2 Siphon mana earlier, that Ogre Magi would have been drained of more mana. Meanwhile, we are looking at dual Arcane Towers. And do we have an Orb of Corruption? Yeah, Orb of Corruption now onto that Lich there, as some big damage coming back across. We are speed building up a Town Hall for TeD, so TeD should be able to set up this economic advantage and perhaps get that going soon. Coming back around, Undead sitting at 45 over 50 supply, getting Disease Cloud and an Abomination. There's some more Siphon mana. That Blood Mage, however, just staying still is not what you really want to do against the Undead army. You become a very, very large target as more Siphon mana coming back across there, trying to break that link. Meanwhile, Frost Nova going down onto a Rifleman. Rifleman is going to be able to get taken down. Yes, it will. Paladin did not go for the heal. Silence now coming back across. More Priest, more damage coming back too, as LabyRinth able to really just punish TeD's play here with that strong hero synergies. Meanwhile, Obsidian statues now making their way back across, trying to fight in a little bit of a more narrow corridor. A couple of ghouls could get taken down. Blood Mage trying to drain off that Lich does do, in fact, that, as the Dark Ranger, for some reason, didn't silence that Blood Mage. All right, being able to silence the Blood Mage in order to stop that channeling is a very important factor here, as both sides are still fighting their way through. Only one Priest able to stay alive. Crypt Fiends are going to get poked apart very quickly. Meanwhile, Death Knight now out of mana as well, as we're looking at a couple of Holy Lights. One Abomination joining in on the fight with that Disease Cloud, able to rack up quite a bit of damage, trying to chase after all of these units. Meanwhile, Blood Mage staying a little bit behind, since he's trying to pump more mana into that Paladin. 54 supply compared to 49. LabyRinth actually, with the larger army here, continuing to try and push. Ghouls trying to fire back here. What is going down as a couple of Riflemen getting finished off here. This is just turning into more and more experience for the Undead, as the tipping point may be reaching, and as a point of no return. Death Knight, however, low on mana. There's a deny there, as both sides are still fighting their way through. Priest is currently low on hit points. It will get taken down as well. Paladin not getting up to level 3 has been a big problem. Without that 400 hit point burst heal, well, the Priest, the Riflemen are just focused down far too quickly. Meanwhile, units are now trying to retreat back. Who's going to get the last shot off there? Gargantuan Sea Turtle. Death Knight may be able to get to level 3. Death Knight could Death Coil or Frost Nova that Gargantuan Sea Turtle for that final shot, as we are looking still at more Holy Light going down here. Paladin playing a little bit of a cute game, but still not sitting at level 3, as a couple of Obsidian statues are ripe for the picking to just try and get finished off here. Death Knight now down to 27 mana. Giant Sea Turtle is going to get finished off. Now level 3 onto that Death Knight, as the Riflemen really need to find a way to pick off those Obsidian statues. Level 4 now on that Lich, and the tipping point may be reached now, as the Lich now has level 2 Dark Ritual, able to translate more mana off of those skeletal minions. Skeletal minions being generated by the Dark Ranger, as both sides are still fighting again here. Paladin trying to chase after Obsidian statue, unable to do so. Rifleman still trying to chase back the other way here, and even with the economic advantage, it is just turning into a hero level advantage now for the Undead. Paladin continuing to fight back and forth here. There's another Holy Light, as the Paladin is at level 3, able to get that 400 burst heal, but it's already a bit too late. Massive retreat is in order. Death Knight with plenty of survivability items, even with the Blood Mage constantly siphoning mana away. If the damage output of the Undead is just far too high, it still translates into, well, constant pressure. 53 supply now going up against 56. Both sides running up on 2 bases, although LabyRinth is not yet fully saturated. Coming back down, Blood Mage looking to get to level 4. Mantle of Intelligence now, picked up by that Blood Mage. Blood Mage has plus 14 auto attack. Meanwhile, Undead able to charge on in to this expansion here. We're going to be able to shut it down fairly fast. There goes one Obsidian statue. Just one quick pop right there, taking it down, as both sides are still fighting here. Rifleman going to get finished off here. That Obsidian statue dangerously low on hit points, but the Priest are just getting picked apart. Those Crypt Fiends with that very long range, able to pick apart these unarmored units and take them down so quickly. 53 supply compared to 53. Both sides still fighting their way through here, as the Obsidian statue now looking to back up. All right, no Stormbolt to try and, well, stun down the Abomination to later finish it off. Both sides still fighting here, as the Rifleman now looking to retreat back. That gets a Holy Light, but gets Frost Nova, but at the same time still ends up getting finished off right there. It looked like it was simultaneous. The Holy Light animation actually did complete, as we're looking at more pushing back the other way. All right, Undead has the advantage, but he's not out of the woods yet. Meanwhile, quick Tomb of Relics going to get cleaned up, removing some of that home field advantage. Meanwhile, there goes an Abomination due to Dark Ritual again, as Riflemen are just getting taken down. Paladin looked like he was going to go after an Obsidian statue, decided to go after a full one that had a little bit more hit points, and just unable to chase down these Obsidian statues because well, they're able to hide behind that army. 52 supply compared to 54 riflemen, still looking to back away. Death Knight continuing the charge. Blood Mage first, not working out well, even though the Paladin's gotten off so many holy lights on this army. This army is still taken down. It looked like it was an easy win when you look at the final scores here. Heroes, level 4, level 3, level 3. Dark Ranger adding as that third and final hero, being able... All right. Yeah. Being able to add in that third and final hero for those silences. Also, priests just do not stand up well to Crypt Fiends. Crypt Fiends, a little bit of focus fire coupled with one Frost Nova, and suddenly all those priests are absolutely gone. 300 hit point healers just getting taken down so quickly and so easily. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.